Welcome to Author. My name is Sven Davison. Today is a continuation with Spotlight author Julia Claiborne Johnson. Let's hear what she has to say.
How much have you had to do on your own?
I did a lot of it on my own because there's a part of me that thinks, oh, dear God, what if I never write another book? This one needs to do as well as it possibly can. And I found out they did a lot for me. Like I met Steve Rowley, you call him, at a thing called the Winter Institute, where they take I was trying to get them to explain it to me what it was. It's a booksellers convention. And they said, well, each house takes 2 writers. And I said, oh, it's like the Hunger Games. But then he went with Simon Schuster and I went with HarperCollins, as did Kemper. And they introduce you to a bunch of people and you see other writers speak. They had these fancy dinners. And I saw a number of other authors speak at other things and I realized, oh, most writers are very inner, and it's very hard for them to speak in public. So I don't have to be good, I have to just not suck.
Yeah.
So this was a revelation for me. So that was really helpful, because I used to be super scared and I would shake really hard and just flop sweat the whole thing, and I don't do that anymore. And the other thing is, in life, if you go into a party where you don't know a soul, you're usually going to stand in the corner and go, I don't know anybody. But when you go to a book event where people know you and they're excited and their faces light up, I was like, this must be what it's like to be beautiful. Like when you walk in, everybody goes, hello. So that's really been helpful. You can't imagine how helpful it is. And the people are on your side. So that made the promotional stuff easy. They sent me on a couple of book tours, which they don't usually do with debut novelists because you don't have a public. So they did for the first one, because there's a bookstore chain in the South called Books A Million. And I got an email from this guy whose name I didn't recognize on my author Facebook page, that kind of email. That's called a Facebook message, I believe. And so he said, oh, we're going to sell a lot of your books. We're excited about it. And I thought, who is this person? And I looked up his name. And he was the CEO of Books A Million. Wow. So I was like, oh, how nice. And so they had ordered 5,000 copies of my book, and I was the president's pick. And one of the booksellers there at Books A Million said, you don't understand. He doesn't pick one except when he feels like it. So when I came on there had been 4. And I was like, oh, that, because I kept Googling to try to see who it was every year, but I couldn't get but 4 to come up.
Wow. So
that was exciting, but because he had ordered so many copies, they sent me to and I'm Southern, you might have guessed. They sent me to Birmingham, where the headquarters are, and I met everybody there, and I signed books from 12 until 6, and met all the people who worked there as well.
Is there a line out the door and down the street and down the block?
It was everybody. It was 300 people. It was all the people who worked for the company. One of the last girls who came up to me came up and went. And she said, I had never seen a real author before, because she'd only worked there for 2 weeks, and she'd been a temp, and they loved her, so they had given her a job. And I said, we are just like everybody else, except worse. And I'd gotten invited to a books festival in Oxford, Mississippi. So I was able to make a circuit out of it. I went to Parnassus Books, which is on Batman Patchett.
Yeah. So you had to meet Anne?
Yeah, because she asked for me to come, and I was like, oh! And so then all my friends, they had a party. My friends in Nashville had a party, and they were like, Anne Patchett came to your reading. She never comes to readings. So I was like, oh God. So that was super exciting. So that part's fun. But once you realize it's not going to, like everybody's going to be on your side, it's actually really easy in a way that no social interaction in the rest of your life will ever be. So
having to tweet and Facebook and blog and
yeah, the whole thing. I don't blog. I do Twitter and I do I have a Facebook page. I do Instagram. And
do you have a website as well, or
no? Just an author Facebook page. A website seemed like a lot of work, and I just couldn't get there. And they, I had my book did well, so I don't know, I had no experience except my own experience of it. But what's been nice is that I've made friends on Twitter who have bookstores in different places, so that was good. And so it was really fun, and you get to meet a bunch of people that you would never meet. And there's a writer that I knew from Instagram who had liked my book, and we had become friends. And I had another writer friend that I had met, and I could tell somehow that they lived close to each other in New York. And so I went to New York and I said to my friend I knew already, I'm going to have lunch with this girl I have not met, woman. And I know her from Instagram. I'm sure she is lovely, but let's all have lunch together. I think you could be friends, but if I've never met her, so we don't know. And she said, oh, I have someone like that too. I'll bring her too. So the four of us had lunch together. We had a fabulous time. They were really fun. We have pictures of all of us together. But like that wouldn't have happened before social media.
Yeah.
You know, and that's really a fantastic thing. I haven't had any bad experiences with social media, but I've been a little circumspect probably. So who knows? But it's available in all bookstores. It's a paperback, which is super beautiful. You can get it on Kindle. You can get it as an audiobook.
Please subscribe so my dad can make more videos like this. Thank you.